Hey guys, this is Will again from Untitled Games, and I'm here with a big Patreon update. As you may know, aside from making indie games, Patreon is a big part of what I do regularly. A little over a year ago, I started making pixel art tile sets like these for patrons, and I've been at it ever since. It's been a huge amount of fun for me, and over a year of doing pixel art, I've definitely learned a lot and improved my skills. To my patrons, thank you so much for this opportunity. We've come this far together, and I can't wait to make even more amazing things. That brings me to some big news. After a year of Patreon, it's time to do some big upgrades. The main focus of my Patreon has always been the asset collection, so let's start there. For a whole year, I've been making pixel art tile sets and adding them to the asset collection on my website for patrons to download, if they pledge $5 or more. This has been working great so far. However, after a year, my asset collection has grown really big. I currently have 30 tile sets in it. As my asset collection grows, so does the value of the $5 reward tier. Currently, after pledging $5, new patrons have access to everything. I feel like that not only sucks for my longtime supporters on Patreon to have new patrons get everything immediately, but it's also holding me back personally in my art. It's hard for me to make high-quality art if I can charge only $5 for it, you know? For example, I just released this awesome new world map tile set behind me. I put way more work into this one than usual and made a really polished product. It's not really a $5 thing, you know? So the first big change I'm making is to the first two reward tiers at $5 and $10, and I'm adding a new reward at $15. I went back through each tile set to determine which ones are higher quality, like this one, and made some website upgrades to make all this happen. So let me walk you through how it works. For the $5 reward, every month you'll get one key, which can be used to unlock certain assets from the collection. At the $10 reward, you get 2 keys to unlock certain assets from the collection. Pretty simple, right? I know not everybody wants or needs every single pixel art asset I make, so this will still allow you to choose what you want. This also solves another big problem I've been running into. It's called declined pledges. I don't like to have to talk about it because I'm sure it sucks for both me and you, but sometimes when people support me on Patreon, for whatever reason, their cart isn't charged at the beginning of the next month. So I go through all the work of setting up an account for them, giving them access to the whole asset collection, but then their cart is declined, and I get nothing in return. That's not fair to me, and it's not fair to my other patrons who are actually supporting me. So with this new system, if your pledge is declined, you can't get new keys to unlock assets until you fix the problem. At the same time, though, it kinda sucks for new patrons to not get anything at all until the start of the next month, right? So when new patrons first pledge, they'll still get one key right away so they can get in on the fun. Now I want to talk about the new $15 reward. This reward is pretty awesome. At $15, you get the 2 keys from the $10 reward, plus a star key. A star key will unlock the highest quality assets in my collection. These include the World Map tile set, Molten Foundry, the Grand Library, and a few others. If you're currently supporting me at the $5 tier, don't worry, I'm still making stuff for you and for everyone else. This is just going to let me make higher quality art, and that means better speed spreading videos too, which we can all enjoy. If you're a current patron, you might be asking yourself, what does this mean for me? And that's a great question, because you currently have access to the entire asset collection. Every asset I've released so far is unlocked for you. So nobody's losing anything, the only thing that's changing is the key system. You'll be getting your first keys at the beginning of next month. Whew, now that that's all out of the way, let's move on to the next big announcement. While I was doing the website upgrades to make this all work, I took the opportunity to add 2 new sections to the asset collection, art packs and sound packs. That's right, I'm going to be making more stuff for you. Isn't that awesome? One of my goals on Patreon that we recently reached was that I'd release the art for my minigames, which currently include Jam Blaster and Mr. Knucklehead. I'm still putting together those art packs, so just hold your horses. When they're done, you'll be able to find them in the art pack section. And it's not just minigame art. I have secret plans for more art packs in the future, so stay tuned. As for the sound effect packs, that brings me to my next big announcement. I'd like to announce the release of my first sound pack, the Retro SFX pack. This is the first in a series of retro sound effect packs, which are really fun to make. If you're supporting me at the $5 tier or higher on Patreon, you can unlock this right now. I gave you a key, so go try it. I hope you can use it in your game. Finally, I'm very excited to announce 2 new reward tiers. At the $25 tier, you get everything you get at the $15 reward tier. That's 2 keys and 1 star key. And each month, if you request it, I will do a simple sprite custom made just for you. Isn't that great? This can be anything you want as long as it's simple. If it's simple enough, I can even animate it for you. Here are some examples of sprites I can make for you at the $25 tier. The next reward is very similar. At $50, you again get everything you get at the $15 reward. Just like the $25 tier, each month, if you request it, I'll do something just for you. The difference is, with this reward, you can ask for a more complex sprite, more animations, or even a tile set. Here are some examples of what I can make for you at the $50 reward tier. So basically, with these rewards, you can hire me. Whatever I make for you at the $25 tier, you can expect it to be about 1 to 2 hours of pixel art work. At the $50 tier, that goes up to about 3 to 4 hours of pixel art work. And once you got these things, you can use them in your own games. They're yours. You're free to do what you want with them. I know that was a lot of info to digest, and I hope it all makes sense. If you have any questions, any at all, leave a comment on this video or in my Patreon post. To my patrons, thank you all for your support over the past year. I can't wait to bring you more awesome pixel art, art packs, sound packs, and minigames in year 2. This is Will from Untitled Games, signing out. Be awesome.